What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. I've done this video, I've recorded it so many times, and I think the problem is it's just too big. So I'm shrinking it down, and hopefully I'll just talk about like the first set to explain all this stuff, and then if you like it, if it's good, then we'll go on into the other videos from there, all right? I've been thinking a lot about John Beebe's depth typology 8-function model. It's all about the archetypal energy, and then that is the container that your function attitudes fit in. So what I mean by that is there are different kind of character styles that we go into. Like you have that hero or leader style, and then you have a companion supportive style, and you have this childish energy and all that stuff. So you naturally take on those different roles throughout your life. It just kind of happens. When I'm teaching, I go into my auxiliary functions, extroverted intuition, and that's how I teach people. I give them a bunch of different ideas and different approaches and kind of let them play with the possibilities of things. That's my style, right? That's me going into that supportive companion role. What I'm thinking of is like if you play XCOM or any of those kind of tactics games, a lot of the times, I think I've talked about this before too, when a character next to another character gets like sniped or gets downed or something like that, the one next to them that's still up, a lot of times freaks out if they have low willpower. They freak out and they could just start shooting your teammates or just anybody around. They could hunker down. They might just puff up and get really aggressive. And so this is kind of how I feel within this RPG model, our characters change. For example, you have the leader, all right? That's your dominant function, the leader. And that is how you feel confident, how you feel, not necessarily like you're going to lead a mass movement, but you feel sure of yourself. You have plenty of experience using that introverted feeling or whatever your dominant function is, and you're good at it. You're confident, you're fine, right? And this, you feel, is really what defines you. When I'm in introverted feeling, I feel good. I feel like a leader, and I feel very confident in myself. When I'm making decisions based on my conscience and how I feel about a situation, and kind of what the good thing to do is, I've got that taken care of. I've messed up. I still mess up every once in a while, but in general, that's where we're at, right? And from there, you can level up. Okay, I'm going to talk about that first. From being a leader, you can transform into this hero style. A leader is kind of less than a hero, right? If you think of a hero, that's somebody who is just inspiring everybody and very, very sure of themselves, able to do those mass movements and really just beat the crap out of all the bad guys, right? Like you feel so sure of yourself, which sometimes heroes can get overinflated, which could be a bad thing, right? So you have the hero, then the leader, and then when things get kind of chaotic, when you're unable to do your leader style, for me it's introverted feeling, it could be whatever you are, then you switch attitudes. So introverted feeling is my dominant, I would switch to extroverted feeling. And in this extroverted feeling mode, I switch into the rival energy. John Beebe called it the opposing personality energy. I just kind of try to reskin it and make it a little bit more gamified so that it's easier to kind of latch onto. I switch into this rival energy. When I'm a rival, I'm using extroverted feeling, and it's kind of opposing people as a rival would do. It's more aggressive. It's trying to kind of put them off balance a little bit, I think. And so, for example, when I'm trying to stick to my authentic self and somebody is kind of stepping on my toes and not trusting my motives or something like that, then I might switch into the rival mode because I panic, I freak out, and then that I switch into that and I start trying to invalidate them. I kind of break harmony. I show them how they're causing problems within these groups, or that their emotions are the issue, or, you know, I might get kind of emotional or something like that in an aggressive way. All right, so that is me switching into that rival, panicked, altered beast kind of mode, which I do like thinking about it like that too, like just hulking out and stuff like that, just going nutty. But so there's the rival position. One more thing, there's if you think of like the show One Piece, there it is over there. If you think of One Piece or something, you have a bunch of different pirates. They're all in control of their own ships. Well, the leaders are, and they are rivals, right? They're all going for the same goal, but they're clashing. And it doesn't mean one is better than the other. They're actually usually about the same level until one forces themselves to become stronger. And so that's kind of how that rival energy, I feel, comes out. And then from there, once you gain control of that rival a little bit more, like it's probably not going to be 100% in your control. Once you realize that, okay, this is how I come at people when I'm in that rival energy, when I'm kind of triggered, then you gain awareness of it. And the more awareness you have of something, the more likely you are to be able to use that energy for good, right? And so I feel that from the rival, you can transform into the ally. You can transform that energy into the ally. So I could make extroverted feeling something that I'm okay with. Not necessarily going to be on the same team, like they're not in my crew, my ego team, but extroverted feeling, yeah, we're cool, you know, and we can help each other out in order to get towards our goals. Does that make sense? So you have these 4 different kind of levels of one of your functions, and based on the different attitudes it switches into, based on how much will power you have or how much stress you're in. So what I'm trying to say here is that the archetypal energies are like the characters, the character styles, the personalities, and then the function attitudes are the ways that they use those. So I'm still trying to figure out how to work this into an RPG system. Like the function attitude, Richard Owen from whoamireally.com said the function attitude is what we do. Right? And that makes sense. Introverted feeling is what introverted feeling does, right? And that is put in that container of the archetypal energy. And the archetype is the way we do it. So it kind of spices it, it flavors how we use introverted feeling or whatever function you want to talk about. So what I want you to do here is explore your dominant function and the 5th function. So explore your leader and how it is when you are in this heroic mode as well, when you've kind of leveled it up and have more control and more confidence with it. And then think about how you switch attitudes when you're panicking, when that function is unable to do what it wants to do, and you switch into that rival mode and you start being more aggressive with other people. Some other keywords that I found through my readings, mainly from John Beebe, for the rival is, well, one, it's confident, but it's wild. It's negative in a sense. It's chaotic alignment. It leads to frustration, or it causes frustration in other people. It's challenging. It defends by offending. It seduces people. I'm not really sure how that works within me. Maybe you have some ideas. It's avoiding, self-critical, and oppositional. All right, so that is that rival style. Think about how that rival comes about for you. and how people using that function, attitude, mess with you and how you view them. And then think about how you can turn that rival energy into an ally. All right, so if you're an ESTP, how can you turn introverted sensing, kind of following the rules, maintaining tradition, stability, being more methodical and learning from the past, how can you turn that into something that will support extroverted sensing and help you become more of a hero? All right, so please let me know your comments down below. Let me know your experiences and any other ideas that came about through listening to me ramble about this. So was there some sort of game mechanic that you're like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. Like that is what you're talking about, Sherman. Please give that to me. All right. I think I need more people's input, and because I'm just stuck within my little head box trying to find all these ideas, which is fun, but it's pretty tiring, especially when I'm running out of time. I mean, especially because I have no time because I got this new baby, right? Which is great, but it stops me from, exploring and studying this stuff as much as I used to be able to. All right, so please let me know down below, and thank you very much, patrons. Y'all are awesome, really supportive, helping me out. I will continue to answer your questions as much as I can through videos, and keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.